Not as productive as you used to be. Feeling anxious all the time. The culprit may be buzzing in your pocket. Most of us know that we're spending more time scrolling, swiping, and browsing on our phones. We tell ourselves that an extra visit to Facebook or Twitter isn't that harmful. It's hard to consider detaching from devices that have become such integral parts of our lives, and when everyone around you is doing it. A 2017 analysis of multiple scientific studies found that people spent over 4 hours a day on their smartphones, which equals a part-time job. When does phone use go from frequent to excessive? If you're unsure how severe your issues are, watch out for these warning signs. Say you walk into a busy restaurant. You're seated next to a party of 4 friends. Noticing them throughout your meal, you see that they've spent the whole night hunched over their smartphones. They're together, but apart. This phenomenon is so common now that it even has its own buzzword called fubbing. It's probably happened to you. Maybe you've been the culprit without even realizing it. Whipping your phone out for a second during a friend's story might not seem like a big deal, but the consequences are profound. You're signaling that their real-life presence is less important than the shiny distractions on your device. Fubbing affects friends, family, and relationships of all sorts. Are you constantly jealous of your Instagram friends' extravagant trips, salary, or love lives? Are the things that used to make you happy just not doing it anymore? A little envy is natural, but when your life gets overwhelmed by comparisons, it could be a warning that you're spending too much time on your phone. This is especially true if you're a frequent social media user. Those platforms encourage users to post the most exciting, jealousy-inducing content because that's what gets all the retweets and likes. Constantly comparing yourself to friends or even worse, to celebrities creates a standard to which you can't possibly meet. You weigh real life against their filtered versions of reality, and end up dissatisfied. How many people fall asleep after scrolling mindlessly through their phones, only to wake up and start again before even getting out of bed? This happens all the time. Instead of unwinding the old-fashioned way like taking warm baths or reading books, you bring your phone to bed, often at the expense of vital sleep. It doesn't take long for these before bed, and first thing in the morning behaviors, to become deeply ingrained rituals. It might not seem like a big deal, but imagine the consequences of a nightly half-hour sleep deficit compounding through the week. Reaching for the phone first thing also puts you into a reactive, instead of a proactive state. You're responding to emails or scrolling feeds instead of attacking priority tasks in the morning. Our phones give us effortless escape routes. Boredom, anxiety, regret, all vanish with only a click. You probably make these escapes in social settings and when you're alone. At a party where you don't know anyone. Swipe. Waiting alone while you're stuck at a red light. Text. Our brains get the quick burst of the hormone dopamine that they need to feel good at the moment. Yet that comes at the expense of procrastination, or avoiding the very real obstacles we need to address. Does this sound like you? Consider the last moment you spent alone with your thoughts, unstimulated by media or screens on a screen. Many of us can't even remember the last time we felt bored. It might sound counterintuitive, but one of the best ways to gauge excessive phone use is to assess how you feel when you aren't using one. What's the first thought that comes to mind when you realize you left your charger at home? Do you feel a rush of anxiety when you think about all the hours separating you and your next text? You might have nomophobia. The researchers identified 4 different dimensions of nomophobia when gauging students' phone dependence. They measured fear, anxiety about not being able to communicate, losing connectedness, not being able to access information, and giving up convenience. In addition to the warning signs mentioned, you're also affected by a variety of health issues. Eye strain, neck pain, lower oxygen levels to your brain, thumb numbness, wrist sprains, impaired sleep, anxiety, depression, hallucinations, and acquired ADHD. If you've recently found yourself a little too dependent on your smartphone, it may be a sign that it's time to create some distance. We have to train ourselves to be in control of our phone, instead of it being in control of us. No email on phone. If you check email on your phone and take action, stop doing it. Save the email until you are back at your desk or computer. No phone for the first 30 to 60 minutes of your day. A study from research showed that about 80% of smartphone users check their mobile devices within 15 minutes of waking up each morning, and that's a big problem. Your thoughts, ideas, and focus are immediately hijacked by the new messages, emails, and notifications that you've received. Other words, your mind will be occupied with other people's agenda, not your own. Instead of starting your day by focusing on your personal goals, you're forced to react to other people's stuff. Banish your phone from the bedroom. Everything about your phone is supposed to make your life easier and entertain you, but what it's really doing at night before bed is the exact opposite. It's distracting you, keeping you awake, stimulating your brain and delaying your vital sleep. Put it away during face-to-face interactions. Because they offer a convenient alternative to face-to-face conversations, there's a growing realization that they may be killing the art of conversation. Smartphones enable us to avoid direct conversations altogether. Set no notifications except for phone or text. Turn off Facebook and other social notifications. Turn off useless reminders that apps send you to keep you engaged, on the phone and on their platform. Do not disturb. There is a do not disturb feature on your phone for a reason. Using the do not disturb feature, you can set up such that only your favorites can still contact you, which serves the purpose. Go gray. Make your phone less appealing to look at by changing the settings to grayscale. Leave home without it. The very best way to eliminate the distraction of your phone is by leaving it at home. Go out without it, and schedule regular digital sabbaticals. Never take phone to bathroom or toilet. Straight up, phone use in the bathroom is not advisable. Using your phone in the toilet creates a variety of problems. Firstly, it's been shown that using your phone on the toilet can screw up your body's response to toilet time. As advised by doctors, you should not spend more than 10 minutes in a seating position in the toilet. Lastly, be honest with yourself. If you are concerned with your phone usage, and you want to find out where most of your phone time goes, try an app to track the time spent on your phone and the battery usage against each app. Accordingly, work on cutting off the time on the apps. The temptation to waste time on our phones isn't going away. With faster networks, a growing base of users, and savvy app developers, it's only going to become even more enticing. But understanding the severity of excessive phone use and applying strategies to minimize it will help you build habits that last for life. You'll balance all the awesome benefits from having a supercomputer in your pocket, without damaging real-life relationships or wasting time you wish you'd spent doing something else.